Alright, I think I'm ready to start. Anybody in the chat? Is it working? Hello. Nolan Reality's in the chat. Lonely's in the chat. Star Sift is in the chat. You can hear me okay, right? Can't see me yet, but now you should be able to see me. Hello. How's it going? Trying to figure out this streaming thing because I haven't streamed in a while. Trying to make sure it's all working. Looks and sounds good. Thank you, Starsift. That's good. Yeah, we got a few people here. I don't expect much because I haven't streamed in a while and I don't post YouTube videos very often, but I figured... Thanks, Nolan. You can hear and see me good. Good. I figured I should probably live stream because I was planning on working on the game today anyways. And I was planning on doing some 3D modeling of a new item for X mode. Just booting up Unity here so I can maybe show some stuff. You guys get some sneak peek of what I've been working on. This stream's gonna be cool, says Moon Knight. Hey Moon Knight, how's it going? Glad you could join us. I am streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so if you prefer one or the other, you can switch between them. You can look me up on Twitch. I prefer watching from Twitch usually. I just think the UI is better than YouTube. But I've got both the chats, so I can see both the chats combined on my side, so it's real nice. Can't wait to play when it comes out. Yeah. Hopefully not too much longer. I think I pinned the Steam page for X mode in the chat, so make sure to check that out if you haven't, although I'm sure all the people here have. But I'm really trying to hopefully get this out 2025. It's kind of the goal. It's nearing the end. I can see the end. I'm just waiting for Unity to boot up here, and then we can jump in and I can maybe show what I've been working on. What do we got going on here? But yeah, so basically I'm kind of in the content phase of the game. Just all the main systems are basically done, and so I'm just working on adding content, which is like more items, which we're going to work on today, more game modes, which I'm working on. I think what's going to be the last game mode for at least the 1.0 release, point hold or conquest, or point capture, kind of has different names, but and then possibly one more map as well. I haven't decided yet. Maps take a lot to make, so. And then, yeah, I said more items, so I'm working on possibly the last item for 1.0, the LMG, an LMG item. So basically a large magazine size, medium damage, high fire rate, or suppressive fire, I guess. And then cosmetics. I want to make just a bunch of cosmetics so you can kind of customize your items and your Poli character how you want for launch as well. Both free and some paid as well to maybe hopefully make some revenue stream for paying for servers. So yeah, that's the goal. Grenade plans for 1.0. So by the way, is the music too loud? Is the music good or not? It sounded a bit loud to me there. Let me know if it's too loud. So for grenades, Starsift, I can switch over here because I got something to show now. Main no bar. Here we go. For grenades, we have... Well, let's boot her up and see here. Start the server. For grenades, we have the frag grenade, which has been in the game before. The what's the other grenade that's been in the game? Flash grenade, which I improved a bit, and then now we've got the smoke grenade, and I think I might add like either a toxic or inferno grenade potentially for release, and then I think that'll be it for release. Play join local. Do you think you'll add support for the workshop sometime down the line? Possibly. If that happens, it'll be a lot of work because I haven't really designed the game with that in mind from the beginning. It would possibly be things for like custom resource packs, maybe. Kind of like Minecraft, how you can have custom resource packs. And then possibly custom maps, but that'll be a lot of work. Yeah, possibly, but no plans right now because it is a lot of work, and we got to get this thing released to figure out whether people want to play it or not, to figure out whether I should continue working on it or not, right? Okay, yeah, so the lobby looks a bit different. You'll notice there's nothing on the walls by default, and that doesn't happen until I open the lobby settings screen, I guess. If you're keeping up on the Discord progress, you've seen this before, but normally public servers would have auto start on by default, which then it would look like this again. Yeah, and I guess I just wanted to show the new items and maybe the new game mode that I'm starting to work on, but it's pretty early stages. Ready up, so we start the game quicker. Blue team. So yeah, slash give, what's the new item? 11? Ooh, there's a sword. Ching! That's a new item since the last playtest. Right? So this is a little bit less damage than a knife, but it has a longer range, basically. How often do you work on this? I try to work on it like almost every day, but little, like 30 minutes, an hour. On the weekends I try to put in, you know, maybe a few hours. So yeah, it's kind of a slow but consistent progress, which is good because then you don't get burned out, right? Looks sick, nice. Yeah, there's the sword. Slash give, let's try it. No, not 11, slash give 10. There's a smoke grenade, which is also a new item since the last playtest. Yeah, not sure. I don't know if I like this effect yet, but you know, I think it works. We'll have to see how it does in the playtests. Yeah, there's some weird things like you can see yourself through the smoke. Yeah, pretend that it's not a thing for now. Another item slash give. Smoke looks good, fits the game. Yeah, it's kind of hard because the art style is low poly, right? So let's try 9. Yeah, here's the new. It looks like I have a skin on it. Here's the new. What is this called again? G something. G59 or something. What did I call it? I don't even know what I called my own gun. G43. It's Gewir. That's why it's based on. It's kind of modeled off the Gewir 43, which is a World War II weapon. Yeah, the volumetric smoke in CS2. Yeah, it's kind of like volumetric smoke, although it doesn't react to bullets or anything. But it does kind of react to, because it's particles with colliders, it does react to surfaces, so it kind of wraps around them a bit. But yeah. Yeah. So here's the G43. Yep. So it's kind of it's basically a DMR, so a high fire rate, medium damage, but has a fairly high precision scope. So it's kind of like an auto Auto sniper, kind of. Might be overpowered, we'll have to see. It's not a one-shot headshot or anything, so at least right now. Yep. That's it with the blue fade skin on. Looks cool. And I think that's it, right? Slash give. Is there a 12th item? Nope. Item does not exist. And what was 8? 8 was the flash grenade. Here's the new flash effects. More fade, and there's the ring, the annoying ring. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Oh, and then in the background you see the point from that I'm working on right now. It's literally does nothing right now. It's just the visual I've been working on. Like, this is going to be a point in the new point hold game mode. You can see on this map I've got 3 points. And basically it'll be, you know, your team is trying to hold these 3 points, and if you have them held, it'll be draining tickets. Like, this would be the tickets. And the first team to 0 loses, I think, right? So the team at the end of the game with higher score is the winner. Avoid getting flashed. Basically, you just don't look at it. What was the number again? 8? Yeah, drop it. If I look away, it doesn't. 8. Oh, I somehow didn't get flashed there. Yeah. It depends kind of quite the angle you're looking at it. How long do you think I'll be streaming? Probably 2 or 3 hours. Try and get some good progress on 3D modeling this new gun. Yeah. Yeah, this is what it kind of looks like. This point is going to be 3 levels, so I think this is a good spot for this point. 3 levels you can fight on. I think the line and the border here will change color depending on what team has it captured. Yep. So yeah, working on that game mode. Not much logic to it yet. Kind of just working on the visuals for it. Yeah. Looking good. Alright, I think we'll slash game time 1. I think we'll jump over into Blender. Points look good. Cool. Good to know. There's a whole bunch of other just little tweaks, like so many things I don't even remember what I've worked on since the last playtest. Hopefully you'll just notice them next time we playtest. So many things that I just don't remember. So many small things. Gotta figure what I'm going to do here, because you can see now that we've got a 7th game mode, it's spilling over into this area. So I think I just gotta maybe move that pillar so it's right in the middle or something. Move this chair. Definitely need more maps, because there's only 4 maps, but there's 7 game modes. Nope, stop auto starting. Yeah, here's all the settings you can modify right now for the game modes. Pick your game from game mode. Look at this button for the default settings. Pick your map. Adjust all these things. Yeah, pretty cool. This was quite a pain to make, but I made it in a way that it should be fairly expandable, so yep, that should allow you to kind of make your own. If you're playing with friends on your own server, you can kind of make your own kind of custom game modes, right? Spawn with different items, different movement mode, set the times for everything, and I think I'm going to add more settings. I just kind of got tired of working on it, so I took a break from it and decided I need to work on other stuff like a new game mode and this new item. 8th game mode to balance it out. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I'm like, dang it, now we got a 7th one that's going over the edge and looks weird. Oh yeah, you can see the beard cosmetic. Customize player face. Got the beard cosmetic now. Looks good. Looking at cowboy or Santa with a Dark beard. I gotta make some more body cosmetics next. Feel free to give ideas in like the suggestions or just the X mode discussion chat on cosmetics. I need some body cosmetic ideas. Head cosmetic, anything really. Prop hunt, yeah. The problem with prop hunt in this game is there's not too many props in maps. Kind of on purpose because it takes a lot of time to model all those things, right? Let's take off the Santa hat. Don't want the Santa hat on. I wanted to go look at this guy. Suit body cosmetic. Star Sift, I saw your message. Yep. Here's what it looks like with the default skin. But yeah, prop hunt would be cool, but the issue is there's not too many props, right? My maps are low poly, you know, kind of on purpose to save time. And so I'm not sure how well it would work on certain maps. For example, the testing grounds map, right? It's pretty plain, not too much going on, so it'd be pretty hard. Arthur Morgan. Oh yeah, it looked like Arthur Morgan from Red Dead. With modern guns. Full piece suit for body cosmetic. Cut. Starsift wrote it in the Discord, so I've got that written down now. And then we would need like a top hat to go with it. That's good. So yeah, let's jump out of Unity and jump into Blender. Wrong monitor. Here's the G43 in Blender. I was pretty happy with how this one came out. It looks pretty good, I think. Let's just... Okay. Alright, so let's get the G43 out of the way here. So, for the LMG, I kind of decided I'm going to make something that looks something like the, I believe this is the M249. I had pictures of it open here, which is this bad boy. This is a pretty common LMG, I think. It's in a lot of video games. So I'm going to make something that looks like this. And the big difference with it is that it's fed by, it looks like a belt. I don't know much about how guns work, so. But it looks like it's fed by a belt, and what I see with that, the worry is how to animate that, right? So I think I'm going to try and pretend that doesn't really exist in my gun. And it's just somehow coming out of this bottom thing, which is a mag, even though I'm not really sure what you call that. A drum? No, it's not a drum. It's like a belt-fed magazine. Like that, right? And the other thing I don't think I'll add is this handle, because in X mode, the arm always holds the guns from below, and I don't really have support to change that right now, and it'll also kind of mess things up when you ADS. Your hand would be like right in your face, so not be able to model that good. Well, it's not going to look exactly like this. It's going to be low poly, I guess, unless you're talking about the G43. Took quite a bit of time to get this looking the way it is here, and I think it's going to take some time as well for this guy. I think we'll just get a good start today, maybe have the model finished, but there's a lot of other work now since I've added cosmetics with the skins and stuff, and it's pretty boring, so. The G43, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. Just takes time and practice. Okay. Now, I was debating whether or not to start based on another model and just chop it up. I forget what I did with the G43. I have a feeling for the G43 I just took the op. And modified it. Maybe I didn't. I forget. No, it doesn't look like I did. You know what I did with it? I took the shotgun and modified it. Yeah, you can see the shotgun body. It was very similar to the G43. So I basically just started with the shotgun to save time, which I think I'm going to do here for the LMG as well. I'm not sure which one yet here, though. I'm thinking the M4 looks the closest to it in terms of, like, proportion. So I think I'm going to start by duplicating the M4. And just chopping it up to start to save some time here. I'm going to call it the L249. Turn off the M4. So now we've got what is actually going to be our starting point for the L249. Okay. Whoa. Why is that on? That's weird. I don't know what these blue lines are. Edge. I've seen these before, but I forget what they are. Google. Yeah, what are these? Edit mode, A, line menu, right click. Clear sharp edges. Huh? Why did that happen though? Like this? Oh. That's weird. Does the G43 have the sharp edges marked? No. That's weird. Also, this needs to be the body. Is that what I was doing? Default body, yeah. Okay, what'd you say? Editor mode and clear seams. Clear seam. Or sharp edges. Clear sharp. Why were the edges marked sharp? That was weird. Okay, thank you. Mr. Lonely is my Google, apparently. Okay. I need to turn down the opacity on this bad boy. Oh, but now it's... Now I need a shade flat. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, so... Make sure... Yep. Okay. So I think, like, certain things here really need reconstructed. Oh, and this also needs turned off. Why is this still on? This is going to need reconstructed. Things like this don't need. Not sure what's going on in the front here. Yeah, there's a rail on the top, but there's no kind of, it depends on the model, I guess. It's kind of rails down below here. I think we're going to go for this style because that's where the hand's going to be. Maybe a rail on the side. Or like a flashlight attachment or something. PUBG Mobile. So let's get rid of this. Take the rails here and just move them out of the way. This whole chunky thing, basically everything the right of here we don't want. I don't think I'll reconstruct that. That. Okay. Move this into position here. Something like that. That's way more. So I'm gonna reconstruct this. This area here looks pretty different. Kind of more. I don't want any of this stuff now. This basically looks like it needs moved. All this basically looks like it needs shifted this way. This looks like it needs moved up. That actually looks like it doesn't even need to exist. Fill that in later. This looks quite a bit different. Like this here, it's gonna need kind of reconstructed, I think. This is gonna need reconstructed. Trigger. Construct this. Also, I wonder, do I need a mirror modifier on this bad boy? Probably get away without it. Gotta make sure I do the same thing on both sides. Okay. And I gotta fix this as well. Okay. How's that looking? Let's turn up the opacity on this. Could be a bit different here. Follow the shape a bit. Pull that in. Oh, and I just did it. I didn't mirror it on both sides. Okay. That's pretty good for that area. This looks way less aggressive on the on how it cuts off here, so let's make it more smooth. We got this also all looks like it needs lowered a bit. We got this what looks like iron sight here to make eventually. Interesting. This looks like it needs to be just delete these vertices. This needs redone here. Am I using a blender? Yes, I am. This blender. Indeed. This is where the mirror modifier would be nice, but I could just manually do this as well. Pretty quick. Fix. Ah, that's not sliced. Slicer. How do I do that again? Do this. Subdivide to wish there's a way I can just... Can I knife or check? Wish I could just select these two vertices and use the knife on them. Without having to open the knife tool. Yo, Alex. What's up? Let's see here. You're on YouTube? Yeah. I just realized it's not split up here. go. There's that all fixed. I guess this also technically needs knifed. Wonder. That means the M4 is kind of broken there. The topology. Bend. Didn't even see it. Yeah, look how wavy this is. Oh yeah, I guess this side of the M4 was not the same. M4 was the very first weapon I made years ago, so that's why the topology of it's kind of messed up, probably. How do you clear hide again? Alt H. Okay, I think that's that shape for the most part. Good. Now I have more things to shape this better. Oop. And then we get into the stock here. So for the stock, let's work on it next because it's pretty simple. Also, this needs fixed here, but we'll do that in a minute. So it's got a pretty... This blueprint's got a pretty fancy shape. Is that what they all look like? Yeah. Pretty close. I guess so. I guess that's... Oh, this one's got a different... 2034. How do they know what it's going to look like in 2034? Some of these have like a, looks like a mag fed. I realize that my head's in the way of this one. Airsoft. That's kind of a boring stock. So yeah, we'll go for this kind of stock, which is what's in the blueprint we're using here. So should I use this or not? I think we'll use this from like literally nothing but that. But the butt part. Boop. I think we'll start off with that. Oh. And it's really bugging me that I don't have mirroring on. Is everything supporting mirror here? This doesn't support mirroring. I'm gonna use the mirror modifier. Just gotta fix some things before I can do that, I think. Like that. That's good for mirroring. This isn't. This trigger isn't. Now it is. That supports mirroring now. This doesn't either. Okay. So then what we do, oh, also this at the back here. So now we have that center line down the middle on everywhere. Oh, I lied. This doesn't either. Yikes. Now it does. Yeah, you see some of it is not centered. This might not go too well. Delete one of these. We're gonna keep the left. What is this? Which bot? Got the Twitch bot. Okay, so now I think we just do from above. We want to keep everything on the left. So we just delete everything on the right. Notice that some of this stuff is not. This is not right, so we gotta fix that. Scale it inward. Oh shoot. Yeah, no, not that. On the X. Which X should be 0. There we go. And now half of our gun is gone, right? Turn this off. Half of our gun is not here. But if we do modifiers, add modifier, generate, mirror, boom. Now we got 2 halves of our gun, and anything we do on this side mirrors to the other side, which is good because it saves us time and just make sure it looks good until we start getting into extra details that don't exist on both sides. But for the most part, I think we're good. We're not going to do that handle. So until we get to the mag, which is going to be a different mesh anyways. I guess this area here probably also needs some tweakage because it's not the same on the other side. Switch up. Music. Alright, continue on this stock. It's back on. So what's going on here? Extrude. actually looks like sticks out of the top. Okay, extrude. Here's where it's gonna start getting tricky. Gotta do this loop back thing here. This has gotta start going down. I think we're gonna need more geometry here. Always that fine line in low poly, like, because you want to keep it low poly, so you don't want to add too much geometry, but you want to make sure that it's recognizable as well. So that's the struggle with low poly modeling. Happy I started the mirror modifier, it saved me lots of time here. Okay, so now I just gotta figure out this connection here, which can be a bit tricky because there's way more vertices here than... I guess I just gotta... These two go together. Also, I need to get rid of all these. Bye-bye. Also, I just realized there's no... not vertices. Eight faces. Where did I learn Blender? Just YouTube. Like 10 years ago, when I started doing game development, I just... like, hey, how to make these model things, and people said Blender, and so I just watched YouTube videos on it. Figured it out. Looking fire so far, thank you. It's looking pretty unfinished, but we got the parts coming in one at a time here. About to attach the stock. And I don't like how that's coming along. I think I need these here. It does pretty much smoothly attach, but there's definitely a bit of a lip. So let me... That's got a really skinny stock. This one's got a completely different stock. Looking at this one, yeah, so we gotta give it a bit of a lip here. So I gotta go like this. Extrude, scale it down. Scale it down, bring these back to the middle. Bring these guys in a bit. Now we can have... We can give it a bit of a lip, right? And then we connect to this. Yeah, there we go. Adjustments will need made to fix the topology, but be solid. Cool. What does it look like right above? Yeah, it's definitely a lot skinnier, and interestingly, if you look at it, it's actually skinnier on one, like skewed. Or maybe not, maybe that's just coming out. Like that's... We're not gonna worry about that, because then I don't mess up our mirror modifier. It's interestingly skinny right here too. Okay, we'll worry about that when we get to this part. But for now, let's just fix some of the... This definitely needs to be skinnier back here. Girth of the gun comes from the magazine, yeah. It's got the big, thick, belt-fed magazine. Hello, Raphael. How's it going? It's going good. Doing some 3D modeling for my game X mode. What are you up to? That looks pretty good for at least the initial bait. Looks good in low poly. Okay. Let's start on where the drum magazine comes in here. Or not drum, I don't know what that's called, a box magazine. Belt-fed magazine. So it's definitely very thick, right? This is the mag, right? So, but let's not worry about the mag yet. We're worried about the body. So the body thickens a little bit. I don't think we're gonna make it that thick because we got the mirror modifier, but it definitely thickens a bit. Where is that? That starts right. Starts right where the magazine starts, so right around here. So ooh, that's a bit tricky because this here is not in the right spot. It would have to be like here. And actually, you would need another... We're gonna need more topology here. Now we can take this out. And then interestingly, it goes back in a bit and then out again. Sup, Vanix? When is the next playtest? The question is always asked. I'm thinking sometime, maybe like April, May, I don't know. I gotta get this gun finished and in the game and skinned. I want to get the point hold game mode finished. Oh, we can look at my Jira board actually, or my Jira board, my Notion board. Cosmetics always ongoing. Always ongoing. Point hold, I'm working on that right now. And then LMG, I'm working on that right now as well. And that was it for this 0.9 update, right? So it's really just these two things. And then I think we could do a playtest. Probably some other small things. Percentage of game completion. I mean, is the game ever complete? Probably it's at like, whoa, I just went really blurry. It's probably at like maybe 85% to 1.0, because I don't know if it's ever going to be complete. I'm trying to fix my camera. There we go. The autofocus screwed up. Yeah, it's probably like, I mean, if you look at all the tasks I've ever tracked, a lot. And if you like were to count them all, and obviously they're weighted differently, but you know, we're pretty close to the end. A lot of done. But yeah, mostly just working on content, right? Trying to get that content in. So there's stuff to do in the game. Most of the systems are pretty complete, at least that I want for a 1.0 release. Gotta be real here. I really love the slow pace of the stream, music in the background, and you doing stuff while I'm working feels way more productive. You should stream more often. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm going for, right? I'm not that entertaining, so it's more like a chill, put it in the background while you're playing a chill video game or working on your video game. Most people that are around here are doing game development as well in some sort, right? I always watch, not always, but I often watch live streams while doing game development of other game developers just in the background, so it feels like I'm doing it with somebody. And even when I'm doing my day job, often I'm listening to like a podcast or a game development stream in the background, because my day job is programming, so I can't really watch something, but I can listen to something, right, while working. That looks awfully harsh. Yeah, that's kind of like the vibe that I'm trying to make as well. And I'm also just trying to do more YouTube stuff, because I need to push the marketing for X mode more if I want it to kind of be seen when I release it, right? Having the stream on your second monitor is pretty nice. Yep, that's what I do. Exactly what I do. Feels like you're doing stuff at the same time. Type of vibe, I guess. This has got to come all back. Actually, the rail goes to what looks like here. Where does it go to? No, the rail goes to like the front of the mag. Or I keep calling it a mag. I don't know what you call it. Box. It comes to about the front of the box. Right? That one doesn't even have a... Oh no, there it is right there. I think this is going to have an ACOG and a red dot on it. Either red dot or halo. Maybe halo, because not many guns have the halo. So it'll have a halo and obviously the iron sight and a ACOG. So medium to short range, fairly high fire rate, medium damage, but very large mag, so you can, you know, lay down a lot of fire. Not really sure how the weapon balancing is going to work or feel in X mode yet, so those things will probably change. For now, that's kind of the plan. We have to figure out this situation. I'm gonna pretend that's not an issue for now, though. Okay, so we gotta get this area here closed off so that it's ready for the box mag. I wonder what's going on here with the... Let me just close this off to start here. So let me get... What is going on here? This, like, on the M4 this stops, but really it needs to continue. So I think I'm going to delete all these vertices. Delete. That hurts, but I just did it. Get rid of these ones as well. What are you guys working on if you're doing game dev? I don't think I see you guys ever post anything in Showcase. Or Mr. Lonely usually shows like animations that he's working on. That they're working on. Moon, I don't think I ever see anything from you. Looking at Discord. Extract. No lie. What is this? It doesn't appear... Oh yeah, it does right here. I'm gonna avoid that little lip thing. Oh, not vertices. Okay. Let's continue on with this. That's that weird handle thing. I think I'm gonna, like, there's a lot of detail here. Can't go overboard with the detail. We're thinking low poly here. I think we gotta go to right here. And then it starts turning into this weird stuff. A lot of them also have this giant bipod, which we're not gonna have. Just that. This needs way more rounded. We'll come back to that though. 3 a.m. where you're at, Moon. Yeah, for sure. Finals on Monday. Good luck with those. Thanks for jumping in, stopping by. I gotta make some stuff up here. When will the next playtest be? Asked again. Probably in like, I'm thinking like April, May. Kind of the goal right now. But it's kind of a moving goal. Because I kind of just work on this whenever I feel like it. Sometimes I just play, I feel like doing other stuff or just playing video games, so. Pretty random how much time I spend on this. Ooh, yikes. Gotta fix all that. I forgot. Ah, dang it. I forgot that I have the mirror modifier on. 2028. It might end up being 2028. I hope not, but... how do I extrude in mirror mode? I forget how to do that properly. To do cursor to collected, yes, and then we do this, and then we do scale based on cursor, right? Yeah, I still know what I'm doing. Nice. Was being generous. Game dev sucks, but we're all addicted. I don't know if it sucks. It's maybe just difficult sometimes. But, yeah. Can suck, I guess. Maybe this whole thing... Yeah, this whole thing needs to be smaller, I feel. That's kind of what's going on here. Not that small. That looks a bit closer to what? That leaves this one more room. Selected. go. There's whatever that thing is. I think this is where the thing mounts. This thing. Bipod. Yeah, it mounts here. I gotta make this connecting piece, and then the front of the iron sight. Yep. Once you finish a game and move on to another, it feels amazing. Yeah, I'm sure it does. I've never really finished a game fully. I kind of have, but not really like finished and released. So yeah, it would probably feel good. Although I don't know, like depending on what the response is after release, I may not be moving on from this one for a little while, right? Because I want to continue to support it. But it might not be my main project. It'll kind of be a side project to continue supporting it. We're getting this before GTA 6. Maybe. Definitely GTA 6 on PC. Probably. I'm quite bummed about that. I'm a fairly big GTA fan, and but I'm not a console gamer, so it's quite unfortunate that it's possibly not coming to PC for at least a year more. Because the console one's supposedly end of this year, right? Supposedly. So I maybe will beat that one. But we'll see. Actually, does this go like... Oh no, definitely there's some rounded bits. Oh no, it actually needs to come out. Yeah. One sec. Hold up. Getting ahead of myself here. Extrude. How do I tell it to? Nope. Extrude. Individual. Yeah, I forget what it is. Extrude faces? No, I'm looking for the one that's like extrude. It's not individual faces. No, that's the one where it does individual faces. I think I just need to do it. Cursor deselected. Better ways of doing this for sure, but I just don't know. Shortcuts. Why is... I forget what the shortcut is for the like extrude out. Extrude along normals. There, no. Or maybe it's just extrude and then immediately scale. Yeah, there we go. Okay, just eyeballing it here. We gotta get this one as well. Cursor. Extrude and then scale. There we go. There we go. also. Is that a face? That nope, we don't need that face. There we go. Now we just need to do whatever this thing is that's up here. The iron sight, but that is going to be a different mesh because I want to be able to show and hide it if you have the iron sight equipped or not in engine. Hey Nora. First words. Welcome. We are 3D modeling a new gun item for my game X-Mode that I'm developing. Making good progress here. We've got, take a look at it without this on. We've got, you can tell it's a gun. You can hopefully kind of tell that it's a, you know, LMG style just by looking at it now. It is your first time, yes. Okay, quit tweaking that stuff. You can do that later. Let's patch all this off here. What's the best way of doing this? Sniper? Nope. This is more of an LMG. You're the only one here. There's some other people here lurking. They're also working on their own stuff. Mostly listening, probably. You probably just can't see the chats from before you talked. Okay, there we go. Now, there's some other, like, what's going on here type stuff. Let's look at these reference photos. This one's got a lot of rails. It's not really the one I'm going by. This is more the one I'm kind of going by. So it's actually got like this thing here, which I've kind of totally missed. Yeah, here it is there. Yeah, see, like Alex is here, but he's working on his own stuff. Working on his movie theater simulator, probably. Check that out on Steam. What is it? What's the actual name of it again, Alex? It's something movie theater. Forget, sorry. Starship's lurking. How do you play? So make sure you wishlist X mode on Steam. But you can't really play it right now, I don't think. But you'll be able to play next playtest. So you can join the Discord server to Ultimate Theater Simulator. Yes, check out Ultimate Simulator on Steam. It looks pretty cool. Simulation game, kind of like what's the trading card simulator game or the supermarket simulator game, but movie theater. And Havoc too, yeah. Gave up on Havoc too. I don't know if he gave up on Havoc too, he just finished the game and moved on. Man, I don't have enough topology here. How do I block Mr. Lonely? Trying to figure out what's the best way here to... Yeah, see, I screwed this up. Whoa. What is going on with the geometry here? Holy. I think that kind of gives it a little, obviously it's not perfect curve, but it's more low pulley style of it, right? I'm not going to be playing Ultimate Theater Simulator Deluxe Edition plus DLC after this. Can't afford rent, all because of Mr. Lonely. Wow, there's some drama going on in chat. Kind of bugging me how the geometry is there, but I'm gonna pretend it's perfect for now. So now we've got this, so now I feel like we gotta get whatever's going on here figured out. Let's look at these reference images. What is going on here? So they've got almost like boxiness. From there to here. So this actually like ends here somewhere, right? Yeah, they've also got like something coming down from here into here, right? So let's say this here has to basically come out. Let's get rid of this, these spaces. Why did that delete? Delete faces. That's... There we go. Should have opened a real theater instead. I think a real theater, you'd be able to open one, unless it's like a small town. So those big box theaters would just destroy you. Like most businesses nowadays. Normals are probably going to be wrong on a lot of this stuff, but I'll fix that at a later date. Yeah, that's looking closer to how it goes. This technically comes, like, curves back, but sorry for this flashing back constantly, by the way. Just some other detail here. I think I need to essentially separate these two sections somehow. But I think I'll get into that when I'm doing more detailing there. Let's finish over here. Okay, what goes on over here? It basically just absorbs right into it. This just basically needs to come down more, I think. Maybe this up more. Okay, there's this circle thing here. This stuff down here, I don't think, like this version here doesn't have it, so we're just gonna pretend that doesn't exist. Try pushing the head of the gun up so you get a place to connect the bottom piece. Not too sure what you mean. We're gonna add a cylinder. Not with that many, maybe like 8. We're going to rotate it on the Y90. Move over. Okay, 6.5. Oh, 5. Wait, this needs to be in the middle. This needs to just. And then we put it right here. Oh. Oh, why is it doing that? There we go. There we go. There's that thing, whatever that thing is. Actually goes like inward. There we go. I think that's pretty good for this area. Again, mine's slightly different. Like this looks like it's got like a rail on the bottom. I don't think I'm gonna put a rail on the bottom. I think the rail's gonna be on the side. We're gonna bring this rail down. This needs pulled out. Might be coming back to the geometry here and tweaking it, I'm sure. Many times. That looks pretty good for now. We gotta figure out this area here. It looks like there's kind of a slope down. In this area. Actually looks like this. There's definitely something here. Let's look into this here. Hey, Crichton. I don't know if this is copyright free. Stop playing that. Need to find some more music. Let's play some Subnautica soundtrack. That sounds good. Hey, Firewolf. Welcome. We're working on modeling a LMG item for X mode. Yeah. My camera is blurry again. Why does it do that? How long has it been blurry for? Maybe I need to turn off the autofocus because it seems to just not do a very good job at autofocusing. There we go. Not very auto, yeah. I just turned it off. Means like if I get... Like it's way better with it off. What the... Yeah, okay, it's a green screen. Not a perfect key. You can see it's kind of bad over here. But I don't have the best lighting in the world, so... Streamers that have like really good green screens are like being blinded by light. Like I don't know how they do it. Live by hand, yeah. I'm asking myself. Can I turn off the... How do I... Where even is that? Filters. Boop. Let's see, green screen. Green screen. You can't even see it. There, now you can see what it looks like. Because I'm cropped in a bit. See my PC there too. Sneak peek behind the scenes. Okay, what were we doing here? We are doing this front part, right? Yeah. Extrude this out. No, I really feel like this actually needs to be done like back even more. Like back here. And then all this is being, maybe not that, not this. All this is being extruded out. See, this is where if I did realistic modeling, I would suck at it because, yeah, I can't even figure out the low poly. Gotta make the low poly look good. What the? I keep screwing stuff up. I bet you there's now, yeah, there's stuff in the middle here I gotta get rid of. Where's these? Well, I make the low poly look good eventually, but a lot of weaken and moving vertices and stuff. Until I think it looks good. Village. I think that's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Not exactly like the reference, but you gotta make it look a little bit different, right? Okay. This area here. I'm wondering if I need to basically just extrude all this out. If you look at the top, it gets real thick boy here, right? This here is like the underbelly part. Actually goes right up to the... Goes right up to the mag there. Is this going to be the last gun before release? Thinking so. Think gun, yes, I think so. Maybe another handgun, like a revolver or an eagle, maybe. It won't take nearly as long to model. And because we only have one handgun right now. So maybe... That's a maybe. Yeah. And then maybe... And then I think one more grenade, possibly. Either a toxic or inferno grenade. See ya, Alex. Top Golf. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun. Dolphin. But yeah, yeah, this is probably potentially the last gun. Maybe, like I said, a handgun. But we'll have to see. See what I'm feeling. Takes a long time, as you can see. I've been spending almost 2 hours on this bad boy. So eventually we gotta, you know, pull the plug and say, okay, that's enough items for at least 1.0. Time to release. And it'll have, how many guns will it have right now? If I, including this LMG, it'll be, let's see, Glock, M4 Op, UMP, the shotgun, the new G43. Well, they're all listed right there. 6, and then 7 would be this LMG. So 7 gun items, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 gun items in the game on 1.0. That's fairly good. Maybe 8 if I add another handgun, right? That's not too bad for a free-to-play multiplayer shooter game, right? Made by one person. Right. And, you know, who knows if the game gets some traction, gets some player base after release. I'm sure I'll be able to add more. Alright. Finish this. My throat's getting a little dry. I'm gonna go get a drink. What about grenades? So we have frag grenade, flash grenade, smoke grenade that are in the game right now. And then I think I'll add an inferno grenade and a toxic grenade eventually. Not sure if they'll be in 1.0 or not. Maybe one of them, or maybe both of them. Who knows? So yeah. And then we've got melee items, so we got the knife and we got the sword. And technically the flag is a spear melee item. Yeah. All right. I will be right back. Just gonna go get a drink. All right. That's a fair few, yeah. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Make sure the stream's still working. We are still live. Okay. Let's finish off this geometry here. Subnautica music slaps. Anybody played some Subnautica or Subnautica Below Zero, or seen that there's a new Subnautica 2 announced? I'm excited for it. And fill that in. Boom. Area for the mag is filled. Okay, now we gotta figure out what the heck's going on over here. We get what's going on here? We get this out of here. We get this extruded out. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Go, there we go. that depth to it that we want, right? Oh, what is this? I just want to see the picture bigger. There we go. It's that this part here, basically, kind of. This part, that part. This part up here we didn't finish. Also these holes. See if we can get those holes. I'm kind of gonna fake it, but let's see if we can get those holes. Also lots of detail that we can add in here as well. We need the hole where the chain goes through. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that actually, because yeah, like I really don't want to have to animate that. So I think maybe we pretend that it's fed from below and we can't actually see the bullets coming in. I know then it kind of ruins the effect, but I don't see animating that being very fun. Okay, this here needs extruded, I feel. And then it just needs to basically just melt into it here. 0. Rid of. Melt this into it as well here. Not quite that much. There we go. Ooh, that looks pretty smooth. Cool. Okay, let's see if we can get these holes up here, the effect of the holes, and then I think we'll work on kind of this area, figure out what we're doing with the box mag here. Then we're, really starting to get close to it being pretty close to good, just probably some tweakage in places. And then we can start on bringing in the sights, figure out where this side rail's going. Yeah. Okay. Holes here at the top. Let's take this bad boy. Duplicate him. Rotate. Let's not rotate yet. Let's make sure it's the right shape first. Actually, that face I don't want. Leave the face. Hey, Corey. Welcome to the stream. There's a hole on the front. Eh? What do you mean? In between the two barrels. I don't... Oh, Yeah, is that what? Yeah. Is that the issue? Yep. Good eye. Good eye, good eye. Somehow I accidentally separated that. Good eye, good eye, good eye. Okay. What's I doing up here? This thing. Also, I want to get rid of this redundant face in here. Found it, star. Okay, so I'm basically gonna just... Let me look at this reference again. Yeah, I'm basically just gonna kind of make it like a rivet, even though it's actually hollow. Let's see how this looks first. I don't know if I want to spend that geometry. See, this is pretty high poly. I don't even know if I want to rotate on the Y. And where is that? It's pretty high up. Rotate on the Y. Like, that's pretty high poly compared to everything else all around it. Like, I don't even know if you want that, right? Definitely too high poly. So let's try something else here. Let's try... add a cylinder. Add cylinder. Let's try it like down to like 6. Rotate on the Y 90. Scale it way down. Rotate on the Y 45 degrees. Scale it way down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 2 patches of 4 basically. I'll eyeball it here. Oh, some of this Subnautica as a bot. So you do this, take this selection, and then we slap this on with a Boolean modifier. And then we go apply, right? Or no, it's the other way around. Do this. Duplicate it. Wondering what making game alone, how much take your time? How much time have I spent on X mode? Well, in the last 2-3 years, I've spent almost 1,000 hours playing the game, and usually when I'm developing, Steam recognizes me as playing the game, for the most part. Sometimes it doesn't. So this is a rough estimate, and that's the last 3 years, and I've been working on the game for about 5 years. So add another 400, 300 hours. And that's probably still on the low side because sometimes I'm actually working on the game and Steam, I haven't clicked play yet, so Steam hasn't recognized. And sometimes I also forget to kill Steam after I'm done developing, so it tracks time even though I'm not developing. So, but yeah, definitely over 1,000 hours probably in the last 3 years ish, because that's when I implemented Steam 3 years ago ish. Modifier Boolean. Why? What? Why didn't it do it on game or Blender? Hello? Why did it only do 2? Merge. Oh, wait. Merge. What? Merge, is it still J? Yeah, join. Those did look pretty cool, so I do want to do that, but how do I... No, why is it... Undo. There we go. Oh, J. Yeah, 1,000 hours is a lot of time. Game's definitely not going to make that back in revenue. Just temp. But I'm doing it more for fun, right? That's why it's so slow, because I just kind of do this as a hobby for fun. You know, I enjoy doing it. Satisfying. It's interesting to me. You spent more on other things? What do you mean? Other gamer, I guess you're into like map development, right? Okay. Boolean. I want to see union intersection. Difference, yes. So now exact. Now apply. Why is only some of them actually cutting? Why is like this one completely copied it? Like what? What is this? Why did I do that? Yeah, it definitely doesn't work very well. Yeah, yikes. That definitely does not work well. Okay, new strategy. Let's join these. No. Why is it not joining? There we go. Let's join these. Playing games. Yeah, I've spent more than 1,000 hours. Probably not one game, but playing games. Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's actually not... I didn't mean to do this, but... Now I've got a bunch. Oh, I had a bunch. Oh yeah, they're there. I just delete these faces. Faces. Now I've got perfect faces here that are basically aligned with. There's a lot of work for this one little detail. Yikes, some of these things. There's probably a way better way of doing this too. So when you see these little holes on the front of the LMG, you know that I spent like 10 minutes trying to get them to look proper. And you will also know that they're not actually evenly spaced. They're eyeballed, which a lot of the things, my modeling style, a lot of it is eyeballed. So, yeah, I ruined it for you, sorry. Although, I don't know, I've never really learned how to properly model, so maybe a lot of 3D models in video games are just eyeballed. Doesn't really matter, right? It's not like engineering or anything where it needs to be like CAD. Obviously, it needs to be pretty exact, right? Flip normals. But in a video game, it doesn't really need to be exact. For the most part, usually. You're going to remember this moment when you use the gun. Cool. Got no viewing on Twitch. Not sure how to grow the Twitch viewing. I think what you really need is you need some initial viewers and then you need to get rated, right? That's how you get viewers on Twitch. Whereas YouTube, I kind of am getting viewers because it shows up in my subscription and I have a decent amount of subscribers. Now we gotta fix all of this geometry. This is gonna take a hot minute. Raid, yeah. Yeah, you're over on Twitch, you followed. Yeah, raids. And for that, you kind of need to be known a bit in the streamer community so that others want to raid you. Yeah. We'll get there. This geometry looks terrible, but you'll never know. I'm okay. Yeah. Look at that. Oh yeah, yeah. Look at that. That adds a lot of depth. Maybe still a bit high poly, but I think it looks pretty good actually. It's definitely screwing up here in the geometry. This here is not the same height as here. Why is that? These should all be the same height. I wonder if that's just Blender that's kind of freaking out there, or if it's going to look bad like that in engine. We will have to see if it does look a bit weird in engine. I will have to come and tweak it. It's definitely not very flat. It's like all these here, they should... Oops, not the Y. Should all be able to... Normal. Whoa. Oh, no. Scale on Z. Or 9. Just lining up this geometry, make sure it's all lined up so it doesn't make weird artifacts. And then I should be able to just eyeball it along that line, and it should be pretty much perfect. And I could technically do the same thing for all this down here. Looking good. Thanks, Creighton. Oh boy. Oh no, what am I doing? Yeah. Go. There we go. That should look pretty good now. Yeah, see, now you don't see... Oh, over here it's still doing a bit of a weird. But I think that's just because, yeah. That's just because over here, this starts curving inward. If I were to pull that back, it would be that. But it looks good. It looks good. Okay, I need to stop touching that because I spent quite a while on that now. Okay. Okay, now I think we can move on to this area here. Will you be able to mount it? What do you mean mount it? Like, use the bipod, you mean? I don't think so. Not right now. Because that would involve adding more, you know, stuff in to allow that to happen, right? Will I model that part? Probably not. I won't model the kickstand. Essentially, the hand is going to hold on to this area, like every other gun in the game. Yeah. Basically just for simplicity, right? Because otherwise I'd have to figure out how to do mounting, which would add more programming and stuff. Trying to avoid that. Trying to keep the scope on track. Okay. Okay, so what's going on in this area here? So in this area, it looks like, obviously it's got the belt feed system. Right? And then it's got this system here to put in that side mag. And then it's got the box mag here. So I think what we need to do is make this slot for the belt feed. But what is actually going to happen is this mag here is somehow going to have, it's going to be some fancy box mag that hides the bullets, because I don't really see a way to animate these bullets without a lot of work. So essentially we want to hide those bullets, even though they look cool. We want to hide them. Yeah, I think I'm noticing the other details here, like see how this goes down a level? Let's see if we can do that. So that goes down a level, and this even maybe goes down a level. And this is out a level. So that's right along where this part is here, this like heat. This thing I think usually gets really hot. So that's a line, and then the leather line is at the bottom of this curved part. Okay, let's start with those lines. We've got a line here, and we've got a line here. I'm noticing that this here maybe needs to be modified. This out of the way. How does Steam promote games on release? Can you only get players from outside promotion? So I'm not too sure about free games, but I know for paid games, Steam tends to push your game depending on how many wish lists you have. So that's why a lot of people are like, wishlist my game, right? A lot of game developers that are pushing their game are like, wishlist my game, right? Because I think that wishlist number helps you get on the like the store pages, featured store page. And for example, if you had a lot of wish lists in your game release, then you would be on the featured and recommended, right? I'm not sure about free games. Free games still show up here, free to play. Looks like Halo Infinite's here. I don't think X mode will get anywhere near that. But also the new and trending in free to play games and stuff, like those lists, I think is how it kind of, and it judges that based on how many wish lists you have, right? So that's kind of why I push the wish list numbers, try and get those up there. We're sitting at about 1,000 right now, but we could always use more. Can I just move the bullets back and forth? So you're saying basically... Ooh. You're saying basically have two states and essentially the bullets move and then it almost teleports back, but you don't even notice that, and then it moves again. 1,000, that's good. No, yeah, that's pretty good. But like, I think to get anywhere near like the front page, you have to have like up between 20 and 50,000. So pretty far off of that, obviously, but that's not really the goal. Yeah. There's other free to play games that have done quite well in terms of player numbers, like Red Match 2, Paint Warfare, are the two shooters I can think of. Yeah, and they're free to play. Give the illusion it's using the bullets. Yeah, Crichton, actually, that I didn't really think of that. So basically, it's just an illusion, right? There's actually just, it's really just feeding one bullet and then teleporting back. But it looks like it's constantly feeding. But still, the trouble is that it's along a curve as well, right? Maybe maybe I will try it. I might try it because I think it would look really cool if it's literally feeding as you're shooting, right? It would really look cool. Yeah, the problem is that it's the big problem is the fact that it's curved as well. So it can't really just be one mesh. It has to be like then a bunch, or it needs to be like a spline or something. So what I would actually probably have to do is model one bullet, and then in Unity, because the animation's done in Unity for X mode. Basically in Unity, I would then duplicate the bullet and have to move every individual bullet in the animation. I think today I'll model everything but these bullets, and then because I feel like I'll be doing a lot of trial and error to get that animation going, and then if I don't actually get anywhere near the effect that looks good, then I'll just do what I originally said and modify it so you can't actually see the bullets. Hey, Snaper Zed, welcome. What do you think about that, Crichton? I think actually what you said there kind of sparked my mind into at least trying to attempt it. Because I think it would look really cool if those bullets were feeding in while you're shooting. The other issue I can think of is when you're running out of ammo, really what should happen is then it would feed and the bullets would be disappearing, right? There'd be like this bullet wouldn't be here and it would go up until there's no bullets. And that would be a bit tricky to animate as well, right? Yeah, that might kill the illusion. Because even though your mag's empty, you'll still see a bunch of bullets here, right? Anyways, I'll model everything but these bullets for today, and then I'll have to really think about how to tackle that and whether or not I want to tackle that, because that's extra time. So we got distracted here. So we got to get this line, and then we got to make this hole. Was Havoc decent on release? It was pretty good. I think Alex isn't here anymore, but I think because I was watching it because it was another free-to-play game. I wanted to see how it did on release. I think it was pretty good. Like, it was fairly polished. There was a decent amount of content. I think the main issue was the type of game it was trying to be, potentially. It was trying to be more competitive, which didn't work with the networking architecture that it was using. It was using a client-hosted kind of architecture, right? So cheating, I think, was a problem. I think there was issues with hit registration, potentially, and networking issues, which are just... networking issues are always a thing. So when you get into a competitive shooter, you want the networking to be perfect, right? Because every shot matters. But yeah, if your game isn't able to deliver perfect networking, which X mode won't deliver perfect networking, but I hope that's going to be okay, because it's not a competitive shooter. It's a more casual shooter. It's not the end of your world if you miss your shot due to lag or whatever. Hopefully. I have a feeling people are going to think differently, but I've kind of prepared myself mentally for that negative feedback, potentially. But I will try my best to ensure the networking is good as can be. But it will never be perfect, because I am not. I'm one person. Hey, Ollie. How's it going? Peaked 1.3K. Is that concurrent players or something? Looked up on SteamDB. Yeah, that's not bad. But I think those players were lost pretty quickly, which will probably happen. X mode will potentially peak and then lose a lot of players because it's a free-to-play game, low poly graphics, not a crazy amount of content, so we'll have to wait and see. But other games like Paint Warfare, Red Match 2 still have a pretty healthy player base. And I would argue that, I don't know about Paint Warfare because I've only played it like once, but like I would argue my X mode is going to have more content than, like, for example, Red Match, and potentially on par with Paint Warfare. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, it's kind of up to me to make sure I make the best X mode the best it can be, but then it's also up to the players and whether or not they want to play it, right? What is this? Is this Subnautica? This is still Subnautica. Man, some of these Subnautica tracks are awesome. More casual, yeah. Yeah, X mode is definitely more casual. That's the target. That stops right at the end. But... okay, give it a bit of a depth here. Okay, there's that top line. I actually think we need to actually I have to fix this geometry here because this actually needs to go in as well. So I'm just going to delete these. Remember to come back and fix the geometry here because, like, if you see here, this actually comes down. Like, this whole thing here is a bit wrong. I'll come back and I'll tweak this area. And then we got to do the same thing here. Actually, even more aggressively. If I just do this. Subdivide. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Nice. Oh, yeah, that really defined that line there. That's a huge improvement from last time you looked, or just this line thing here. Yeah, that really adds some more depth to it. Really, it brings out this part, right? And it just adds depth, right? And I think if we can even maybe get one more line here, that then adds depth to this part, this part right here. I think we'll worry about any of these things. Too much detail for low poly. And then I gotta do some stuff up here as well. This looks like it needs to be flatter up here, and then here looks like we gotta get this part here where this goes through, which would be right like here, kind of, right? obviously this face needs to like extrude in and then go inwards basically and just delete itself. Oop. Just delete the faces, not the edges. Still want the edges though. It's a really obviously very rough start, but I'm just gonna do this just to, because like it's way too skinny here. Gotta fix that. That bad boy needs to be thicker. Then this needs to drop down to allow for this area here, which also needs to be quite a bit thinner, right? This part here needs to come in quite a bit. About here. Actually, what am I doing? I have this reference here too, don't I? I've kind of swayed away from this reference, though. I just got the original shape for the most part. And I've kind of swayed away. Have you watched The Hobbit? Me? Haven't watched... I don't think I've watched The Hobbit. I watched Lord of the Rings, though. Multiple times. Lord of the Rings is good. But I don't think I've watched The Hobbit. I should watch The Hobbit. Why do you ask? That seems way too wide. Why is that so... seems so wide? I guess it starts in more on this side too. Been watching all the extended versions. Extended versions. There's extended versions of The Hobbit? Like, other than the movie series? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, the movie series. Actually, I don't think we even need that. Geometry. It's all vertices. Coolidge. Coolidge. Okay. Let's fix this up. What's going on here? That doesn't look right. That looks better. Yeah. Then I'll move on to Lord of the Rings. Does The Hobbit take place? Does The Hobbit take place in... Can't talk. Does The Hobbit take place before Lord of the Rings? Whoa, what is going on here? What did I just do? There we go. Trigger's back. Before, I think. Okay. That makes sense. Why is it reflective? No materials on this. No material. Okay, let's fix what's going on over here. Which I believe is literally just this. Needs like something like this, I think. Was filmed after though, yeah. So that's why I think I haven't seen The Hobbit, is because it's come out sometime in the last 10 years, 5 years, 10 years. Whereas The Lord of the Rings is substantially older, right? And so I watched it when I was a kid. (2012). So yeah, that's more than 10 years. That get caught in the... Oh yeah, it did. Wow, this is actually looking pretty good. Now that I just kind of step back and look at it. Like, that looks like an LMG. Okay. Let's finish this. Let's make the box mag, and then I think that's going to be it for me for today. I'm getting a bit antsy. Getting the feeling like I don't really want to work on it anymore, which is usually the point where I stop, because that's how I keep my motivation. Is I don't work on it unless I feel like it. What is going on over here with the lighting? That was weird. Oh, it was just this line. Okay. Okay, so we need this section here. The mag makes it an LMG though. Okay, well we're getting it. We're getting it in like right now. I don't know if I would call it a mag. Box mag. We're calling it a box mag. I don't know if that's the actual. I also noticed over here that this like is kind of got a dip. I don't know if I'll have that. Okay, so for the mag, we need it to be a different mesh. And how did I do it with the previous ones here? Is it... Okay, it has its own vertice, but all the other things have the exact same vertice as the body, but the mag vertice, center point. So I'm actually going to copy this just so that I get the exact same center point. I call it the L2. Oh, by the way, we're calling this the L249 instead of the M249 for LMG. L light 249, I guess. Light machine gun. I don't know. I just picked L249 as the fake name for X mode for this gun. Actually, this mag is not going to be an exact spot because it's over. But there we go. Okay, so let's do that. Let's now basically just delete this and add cube. Let's just remove the color for now. Fix the colors later. The coloring, the texturing part is quite annoying. And I designed it in a way that it is probably a lot less annoying and tedious than if you were to just completely UV unwrap and have to like manually texture everything. Like guns are usually done in. Why is 0 not hero local? The way models are usually textured in video games is the whole thing's UV unwrapped, so you can literally put anything anywhere, any pattern or texture. But in X mode, it's really just flat colors with some gradients if you watch the last update video. And yeah, and it's still tedious, even though it's greatly simplified. So I can't imagine 3D modelers how they do it for other video games or whatever. And there we go. It looks like an LMG now. Woohoo! Obviously, I need to make this look better. More detail. But yeah, anyways, the texturing, the skin creation part is quite tedious. So I will not do that on a live stream because it's quite boring and tedious. Okay, so what is the size of it here roughly? So it's about, so that thing isn't in my model. So if we go over here, it's about the width of the gun out. So let's look at it from above. And so about there, say, and I just realized that does this have a mirror? No, this doesn't have the mirror modifier on, which is fine because what we want to do is, oh, and I only moved the top. Dang it. There we go. Surprisingly, my gun's thicker than... Like, my gun is quite a lot more thicker than that is. Maybe. Can't imagine how they do it either. Yeah, it's a lot of work. So you gotta appreciate those realistic looking guns in other games like Call of Duty, the Finals, Battlefields. Just came back to check in. How's it going? Here you go, Mr. Lonely. That's how it's looking. Working on the mag right now, that's why it's still boxy. But yeah, we got the barrel's pretty much good, I think. Maybe a little bit more detail in here needed now that I look at it. The heat sink here, I think it's maybe a bit too chubby. I think I gotta thin out this heat sink. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think this also needs, now that I look at it, needs thinned out as well. I haven't really looked too much at the depth of this direction. Turn off these normals. But yeah, looking at this here, I need to bring this in. But those are tweaks that I can work on now. I'm gonna bring it in more still. Yeah, it's looking good, I think. Hope. Take a look at these box mags, how they kind of hard to tell from this picture. I know one side is, the right side has an angle. That's what I'm about to do. The other side has like a lip, which I just made. And then of course there's the hole here. Where the ammunition comes out. Loop. We're just gonna do that because you'll never see in there. And then over here we've got some sort of angle, right? So actually what we need here is we need to extrude this. Angle this down. And bring the whole thing back. There we go. I'll do just a little bit here. And I think that's pretty good. Pretty good. Alrighty. And I guess we've got the rail to come in here. I have to see how I'm going to do this. Oop. I basically don't want a bunch of these, so let's kill this one, this one, this one. Oop. So I should kill everything up to here. And turn on a vertex. It's like I knew what I was doing. Delete these. Merge. Distance. Is that a face there? It is. Now it's like I knew what I was doing. And then now we should be able to just boop. And then I'll need some tweaking. Okay. But it's looking pretty solid compared to where we started today. Okay. That is 3 hours of modeling. For the most part. And I'm pretty happy with where we're at. We've got the sights to do still. I've got whatever I'm gonna do with the bullets to do still. The bullet feed here. But other than that, it looks pretty solid. Also, I gotta fix whatever's going on here with the top rail. Some tweaks all over the place, but it's looking pretty solid. I don't like how stretched out this is. But anyways, I could tweak it for days here. I could tweak it for days. Coolidge. Alright. Looks great. Can't wait to check it out. Yep. Next playtest, this will be in the game. Awesome. Thanks very much for joining me while I do some modeling this afternoon. Appreciate everybody that stopped by and everybody that's still here. Yeah, see you next time, Starsift. See you, Crichton. See you later, guys. Oh, no, we're not starting soon. We are. Thanks for watching. Zippy's out.